Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Laura if you're new. I filmed this makeup look. It was a fiance picks my makeup, and I will link it up in the cards above and down below in the description box if you want to see how I got this. We are going to do a brush declutter update. I am going to change how I'm doing this. I just grabbed a few random brushes, kind of an assortment of the same type of brush, versus this was a whole brush set, and it's easy to kind of do a full face of makeup with one brush set because theoretically they have everything that you would need for a whole look. So rather than kind of going through sets of brushes, I figured I would just pick a handful of things that I really want to just kind of go through and understand if I even want to keep them, if I don't want to keep them, and go that way. So I want to just kind of talk about the brushes that I have here and what I used them for briefly. I'm going to start with face brushes and then move to eye brushes. I have 5 face brushes in this selection. I'm going to keep all of them. And maybe in the future I will get rid of one, but for all intents and purposes, the ones that I kind of want to scrutinize are all of the ones that look and could be used for the same exact purpose that I used for different purposes, just because for the sake of using them for different purposes. So I use this one for bronzer, this one for blush, and this one for powder, but I mean they could all be used for the same thing. So these, I use this one for highlighting and this one for right under the under eye, setting it with my powder concealer. So right now they're all going to stay the face brushes out of this set, but I am going to get rid of 3 brushes from the eyes. I have all of these eye brushes, and these 3 are going to be leaving. I'm going to briefly talk about the ones I'm keeping. No particular reason. There's 2 that I kind of want to scrutinize more. Oh gosh. And those are the 2 liner brushes. One is a flat liner brush and one is an angled. This one, it's not the thinnest, so it's harder for me to get a precise line on my eyeliner. And then this one I've been using as a eyebrow brush, but I think that I could get away with either using this one or I have brow brushes. So I kind of wanted to use these ones still and figure out if I want to keep them or pass them along. And then I'm just gonna that many shader brushes compared to all of the blending brushes that I have. I am going to keep all of these shader brushes just for the time being. These I might eventually scrutinize a little bit more, but for right now I liked them enough to not pass them along. And then when I was gathering brushes for this next round, I saw one that is similar, exactly the same really, as one of the brushes that I'm decluttering, and I'm just going to go ahead and declutter it now as well. So these are the 3 from the set that I'm going to declutter, and then this one here I'm going to declutter also. So these 2 are angled, larger angled brushes. So I used to use these to set my under eye concealer, but using something like this I like a little bit more, and I have ones that are domed that I like a little bit more than these ones. So I am gonna pass these along. I know there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, so I don't really feel comfortable selling these and sending them to someone right now, but I think I am going to make a Poshmark. I'm going to declutter these ones, which I'm fine with. I haven't used them. And then 2 others. This flat one is just humongous for my eye shape. I'm going to compare it to the biggest one that I'm keeping, and you can visibly see how different those are. This one's just so much bigger. I don't have that much lid space that I need this, so I'm gonna pass this along. I just don't need it. And then the last one is this lip brush. It's just really frayed. I was using it as an inner corner brush, and it just would poke me with the little hairs that are stragglers, and I don't want to deal and fuss with that anymore. So now I have a big slew of brushes that I am going to kind of test. And I think what I'm going to do is, since I have a slew of liner brushes in this, I think I'm going to take those 2 liner brushes and just compare them side by side with all of these. So I have 5 new liner brushes and then the 2 rolling in to kind of test and try. I have 2 of these flat ones, and then I have 5 of these angled ones. And I have a feeling there's some in here that I'm not gonna like as much, and there's some that I'm gonna like for my brows versus my eyeliner. but I have eyebrow brushes also, so I might, once I kind of figure out which ones I like and which ones I don't out of this, the ones that I don't, I might see if I like my brow brushes more or if I like these more than them. So I am going to test all of these out. I know that seems like a very excessive amount, but I have a lot of free time on my hands now. I am going to test all, what is it, 7? Now, I also have some crease brushes, and I like to have a crap ton of crease brushes, but I want to include these because they're natural haired brushes. And when I was using, I think this one today, and I've noticed some of these are a little bit scratchier on my eyeball, and I have a lot of synthetic ones as well. So I kind of want to just go through, use these ones, see if I like them, see if they scratch my eyes, and if they scratch my eyes, I don't need them in my life. I have plenty of other brushes, so I'm going to just kind of test through these. Most of these brushes are Morphe. There's like literally 2 that are not. One that I'm decluttering was an e.l.f. brush, that Sigma brush, and then I have one crown brush. This is a crown brushes. I also have this relatively similar. I kind of just want to see, I think these brushes might shed, and I would use them for more than likely the same purpose, which is bronzer. Maybe this larger one for setting, but I'm going to try these 2, see if they shed. If they do shed, I'm just going to declutter both of them, but we will recap in the next video. And then I have a few foundation brushes and a few like highlighting brushes, and then I have like this random eyeshadow brush. It's just a really, really thick, dense one. I just don't know how I feel about this. So I'm gonna use it. If I like it, keep it. If I don't, no sweat off my brow. I have a few highlighting brushes. Okay, so I have these 2 fan brush styled ones, and I have this like tapered like blending brush for your face. So the reason I want to include this is because I gravitate towards this one more. So I kind of want to put 2 that I'm not 100% sure in, and one that I know that I like and I'm going to keep. And if I don't reach for these over this, or if I use these and I don't like it as much as this, then that kind of weighs that I'm not going to keep these. So that's kind of how I'm rationalizing putting these in it, because I know I love this one. It's so soft, it's so nice. These are soft, yes, but I don't use fan brushes, and I really want to see if I actually will use them or if I will just kind of always reach for this one. So I'm going to put all 3 of these highlight brushes into my rotation. And then I have 3 foundation brushes, and I'm kind of doing it as the same line as the highlights. I have one that I really, really like, and I know that I like. This is, again, a Morphe brush. All of these brushes are Morphe now. And then I have these 2 that I'm not 100% sure and sold on, especially this like really small, dense brush. I'm gonna have to try it with a few of my foundations and see if I like it. But I think I can get away with not keeping this one. And then this fluffy one, again, I kind of want to try it with some different foundations, see if I like it. Like use a different foundation every day for a week, and then see if I like these brushes more than I like this like flat style of brush. So that is really it. But yeah, that's quite a bit of brushes to use and get an understanding of. I am going to focus on these, and I'm sure you'll see these featured in the next month of videos. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're staying safe, staying sane, and healthy. Wash your hands. I will see you in my next video. Bye.